So good afternoon, everyone. So it was 2 months before we have prepared a OB template for our university. We don't have, as SNAC insist to go for an OB kind of format in syllabus construction. We have prepared and we have shared across all departments. And I think how it has been prepared, that's what this session. So I'll be presenting my lecture. It will be in two parts. First about that outcome and then OB. Outcome alone separately and then combinedly with outcome-based education, the second topic. So one by one we'll go. So we'll start with this slide. Our instruction, general, our teaching, what we say. So it's our instruction. The process of instruction may be split into four, and why of instruction, what of instruction, how of instruction, and how much we taught. If we split into four, these answers will be coming. Why we teach? Because we have some aims, we have some objective with us, and what we teach with our content. And how do we teach? We teach with a number of methods: lecture, demonstration, inquiry-based method, concept attainment, whatever it is. And how much we taught, it is based on the evaluation. So these four comprise the process of instruction. And when we go into assessment, or when we go for a framing of objective, it is by Benjamin Bloom's, who has given this taxonomy of educational objectives. So as a teacher, what are we expect from our students before starting the class? And this was in 1956. There was a conference in USA, and based on at the end of the conference, they are giving how to frame the objectives, how to frame the instruction, objectives for instruction, and that falls on three domains. And those three domains I am projecting before you. So one is the cognitive domain, the first one. It's about the thinking process. The second one is affective domain. And the third one is psychomotor. Affective domain goes for the interest, attitude, all those things, emotions. And the last one is psychomotor domain. Psycho means is a mental, and motor means moving. It's a doing part. So in all these three, the outcome should be that the student's outcome. So with respect to this, we have to frame our objectives. So one is the cognition. Cognition means knowing or knowledge. It fully rests on thinking process. The second one is in affective domain. It takes care of interest, aptitude, attitude, all those things. And the last is of doing part. So in these three, little bit we will elaborate along with the subdomains. The left one I have divided because it has been revised in 2001 by his followers Anderson and then Krathwohl. This Anderson was there along with him in 1956. And in 1956, they have given in we said no three domains. In cognitive domain, these are the sub skills: knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. And this particularly this cognitive domain has been revised, and the names are like this: remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So the synthesis has been put at the last and changed into create, and the evaluation has been degraded a step. And also we can see that the name, see here, application, apply, analysis, analyze. The main idea of revision is, see, it's in noun. This is in noun. They have changed into verb. Because which are no psychomotor, they have to do something. Then only we can see. Students, they have to define, they have to analyze, they have to draw a diagram. So it will be better if it is in the form of verb, not in the form of noun. Therefore, and also it has to be in action terms. Action verb, we call it as action verbs. Therefore, these are things, no, inaction verbs, inaction. So I can say I know this, I know that. Then how far I know means I have to express. Then only others can. Therefore, the right part, if you take it, everything, it is in action verbs. So the main aim is that to change from the previous one to new one in 2001 is because of they converted from noun to verb. For that one, they have changed. The revised one I am taking now. Just for a little bit of explanation to understand. Our thinking skill, they have divided into two categories. One is lower order thinking skills, LOTS. The other, they call it as higher order thinking skills, HOTS. So if you break this like this, remember and understand it comes under lower order thinking skills, and it goes from bottom to top. So from apply, analyze, evaluate, and create, it is higher order thinking. So as a teacher, we have to inculcate all these things in the minds of our students. So just simple explanation for all these 6 terms. So remember means it's whatever we have that we have to recall. There are 2 processes of doing this. Remembering can be by 2 processes. One process we call it as recall. The other process we call it as recognize. These 2 ways we can use. We can go for the process of remembering. If we are not doing these 2 things, then it is forgetting. If we are not recalling, if we are not recognizing, then it means that we forgot everything. And I'll give some example for these 2 things. So this is a villain from the film Avengers Infinity War, and his name is Thon in that film, Thanos. Do you recognize Thanos? We have to ask like that. For asking a question, do you recognize? Since the difference between recall and recognize. So suppose if I am not projecting this, and if I are asking who is the villain of that film, Avengers Infinity War, I am not giving any clue, then that is recall type of question. Just if I am asking who is the villain of that film. So there is no prompt for you, there is no cue for you. Therefore, this type of question we call it as recall. If I show this image and if I ask this, then I have to use the word recognize and not recall, because I have kept one image, and therefore I hope we have 2 different type of question under this. These are the questions. Multiple choice written. In multiple choice, there are options. From among the option, we have to choose the answers. Therefore, these types of questions will come under recognition. Fill in the blanks. Those types will come under recall type. Okay, therefore, this is the difference between recall and recognize. These 2 comes under remember. And then if you go to a little higher category, understand. I'll tell with an example. Suppose if I ask define atom, students may define as given in the book. I can ask like this: define atom in your own words. So suppose if the students, if they are defining the word atom from their own words, not as given from the book, it means that they have understood. So this is a distinction. There is a difference between the definition given as it is in the book, between the definition by their own thoughts. Therefore, if they give the definition as given in the book, that comes under the remember category. If they define the atom in their own words, that comes under in understand category, which means that they have moved from lower category to next higher category. Understand. So the next one is applying in a new situation, a law, a concept, whatever they have learned. If they apply in a new situation, that we call it as an apply. So they learn many laws like Newton's third law. Just for example, I am saying, and the discipline wise you can have. Suppose you are from physics or management or chemistry or whatever from your subject, in that you can take it. So if there is a Newton's third law, and if a rocket is going up, and if the students tells the rocket is going with as like the Newton's third law, if they are telling, it means that they are applying that in new situation. First time they have to do like this. So the applying the concept in new situation, we call it as apply, and then analysis. So I'll try to explain with a simple example like this. This is an equation for force. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So if you tell this, the students has to understand like this. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Otherwise, force is directly proportional to acceleration, which means that this term is constant for a particular object. If acceleration increases, force increases. So like that, they have to understand. Breaking it, analyzing, breaking it, and then understand it a little bit more than apply. The next one is evaluate. So evaluate, it's a type of judgment. So evaluation is a call of judgment where we have to go for the pro and the cons, for and against, and then we have to give the judgment. So that we call it as an evaluation. Create means it is synthesis, creating new, like a singer, a poet construct a new poem. So that is synthesis. So all may not go up to this level. At least it is said that our education system, it is mostly going in LOTS only, not we are coming up to the apply level. Also, we are not coming up. Therefore, at least if you come up apply or analyze a little bit more, then it will be fine. Normally, it revolves around only in remember and understand category. Just they will read it, and whatever they have memorized it, they are telling in writing in examination. That's what a drawback in our curriculum. So beyond that, we have to move. So our question, our objective also and assessment also should be based on this: apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So this is about cognitive domain and our thinking process. Starts with remember and then ends with create.